So you have a company, you do some hiring, I'm assuming. I was going to say, you're going to have some people here who are going to be on an interview at some point. How do you give good interview?
Oh, well, I mean, be yourself is such a lame go-to answer, but it's the right one. I think people feel like they need to, it's like a blind date. And if you try and be something that you're not on the blind date, you may get to the second date, but you're not getting the third once they discover who you really are. And more hiring decisions are based on culture and your talent. Yes, your talent should speak for itself, but you're not the only person who can write a headline campaign, or you're not the only person whose book has got an app in it that's that is a spec app in it. The culture piece is so important, and that comes when you are you're yourself. The way I look at it is like I was single till I was 43, so I went on a lot of blind dates in my 30s. And if you go on a blind date and you're like, oh, I'm going on a blind date with an investment banker, and so I'm gonna wear this shirt because I want that person to think I'm like them, right? And then the next night you have a different blind date with somebody who's like a complete tree hugger. And you're like, well, I can't wear that thing that I wore for the investment banker, but in my wardrobe, I got this other thing. This is more appropriate, right? I'm gonna wear that. And both of those things are both in your wardrobe. And so that both of those things are authentically you as a person. So you don't need, I think when we say be yourself, we think it's this like tightly defined thing. No, we have a range of personalities. We can dial up and dial down certain aspects of our personality. But if you go out and buy a new shirt so that you look like somebody that you're not, even you're uncomfortable in it. The shirt is new, it hasn't been worked in, doesn't have the folds in the right place, and you don't feel right, and you don't look right, and it's too stiff, and people they just smell that a mile away. Right. So yeah, I mean, I think you really have to be yourself. The second part is to do your homework. People who come in and go, so what brands do you have? I'm like, they're all on our website. Really? I shouldn't be telling you that. I want somebody who's a little bit curious about the place. Otherwise, then I know you're probably meeting 400 different agencies and 400 different people, and I'm not that special in your world. The third part is to follow up, and to follow up in an interesting and authentic way. And then the fourth part is don't follow up after you followed up. Right? It's like, and speakers are just as guilty as this. We get put on holds, like, hey, I'm on a hold for this date. And a bureau, not the one I'm with, but another bureau said, no bureau in the history of the world ever got a call from a speaker when the speaker said, I'm just curious about the date that I'm on hold for. No bureau ever said, oh, we didn't tell you, you got it. I'm so sorry. We meant to call you. Yeah, it's yours, right? So, you follow up in a great way, and I mean, maybe a little bit later, but just don't hound somebody. I think those four things work.